And now for a Next News special report.
In an astonishing turn of events, former President Donald Trump has achieved what many thought was impossible. In the heart of deep blue Silicon Valley, a bastion of liberal ideology and Democrat loyalty, Trump has managed to raise an eye-popping sum of money. The implications of the fundraising feat are far-reaching and could potentially reshape the political landscape. But how did he do it? And what does this mean for the future? Stay tuned. Now, just as Trump has found a groundswell of support among the tech elite in deep blue Silicon Valley, we at the Next News Network have always relied on the support of our elite viewers, you. For over a decade, you have been the backbone of our fight to preserve the truth. But now we face our greatest challenge yet. YouTube has demonetized us and alternative platforms have turned us away. We need you. We need our loyal supporters to stand with us, just as tech icons have stood with Trump. The links below offer a way to show your support in this critical moment. Together, we can ensure that the voice of truth always has a platform. And your unwavering commitment is our lifeline. In a stunning display of support, former President Donald Trump has achieved the unthinkable by raising a staggering $12 million during a fundraising gala in the heart of deep blue Silicon Valley. The event, orchestrated by billionaire investor David Sacks and venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya. Not even going to try. Should I try? Chamath Palihapitiya. Okay. Just bear with me, folks. Okay. I'm just an Irish Italian-American boy. Anyway, this venture capitalist showcased Trump's growing influence among the affluent tech and Wall Street circles. The sold-out gathering, attended by industry leaders and cryptocurrency mavens, not only highlighted Trump's fundraising prowess, but also signaled a potential shift in the political leanings of the tech community. The success of the event serves as a stark contrast to the previously strained relations between the Trump administration and Silicon Valley. And David Sacks, in an interview with Larry Kudlow on Fox, described the overwhelming enthusiasm for the fundraiser, stating they initially aimed to raise just $5 million, but ended up with an astonishing $12 million. Listen to this.
It's a fascinating story. Donald Trump picking up money and support from Silicon Valley, of all places. Joining us now, investor and entrepreneur, Mr. David Sacks, co-founder of Craft Ventures. David, you reportedly raised $12 million, which is a nice piece of change. You can probably do 3 or 4 times as much in the next few months, maybe more. How many people were at your event?
We had something like 100 people there. Right. Larry, when we agreed to do this event, we started off, the question was whether we could just raise $5 million. And that was the goal because, as you well know, the Bay Area is sort of a liberal bastion. And so we thought that $5 million might be a big lift. But as it turns out, we got all the way to 12. And, tremendous turnout. We couldn't fit one more seat in the place. We were completely sold out. And I'll tell you, it wasn't just the enthusiasm in the room. It was also the enthusiasm outside the room. So all week, San Francisco publications have been writing about how there are going to be big protests in San Francisco because Trump was coming to town. As it turns out, hundreds of people turned out in the streets, but they were pro-Trump demonstrators and they were welcoming his motorcade. And the number of anti-Trump protesters was just a handful of people. So even with the protesters, there was a tremendous enthusiasm gap between the pro-Trump side and the pro-Biden side. And if that's in liberal San Francisco, what does that tell you about the rest of the country?
Well, we've had, similar experiences here in blue state New York. David, I know I hate to generalize, but what do you think some of the key issues? We've got a minute and a half or so. List a couple of the key issues that you think are moving Silicon Valley folks into the Trump camp.
Number one, the economy. I mean, the economy under Biden right now is anemic. We're down to 1.3% GDP growth. There's been a huge spike in inflation, which has eroded the purchasing power of Americans by roughly 20%. You have the fact that interest rates have skyrocketed in response to that, and that's been very bad for people who are involved in deploying risk capital. You also have foreign policy. I mean, the world was at peace under President Trump. Now it's on fire under President Biden. You have the border. I mean, we basically have had a de facto open border under President Biden. He first gaslit us by saying for 3 years there's no problem, in spite of videos showing masses of people coming across. Now he's finally signing an executive order to do something about it, but it's way too little too late. So I think all of these issues matter to not just Silicon Valley, but the whole country. And then finally, there's lawfare. I just think it's profoundly un-American to try and lock up your political opponents. We've never seen anything like this before in American history. I know my parents fled a country to come to America because they were reacting to political prosecution like that. And I think that it is really turning people all across the country against this Biden administration.
And you'll raise a couple more bucks out in Silicon Valley. That's what it sounds like.
He also highlighted the massive turnout as you saw Trump supporters outside the venue, dwarfing the small handful of protesters. The display of support in the liberal bastion of San Francisco speaks volumes about the shifting tides in the rest of the country. Sachs attributed Trump's appeal to the current state of the economy under Biden, with skyrocketing inflation eroding purchasing power and the high interest rates. He also pointed to the stark contrast in foreign policy, noting that the world was at peace under Trump, but now is in turmoil under Biden. The border crisis, which Biden initially downplayed, has also contributed to growing discontent among Americans. He also emphasized the un-American nature of attempting to lock up political opponents, drawing parallels to the political persecution his parents fled before coming to America. The event's success was further celebrated by Harmeet Dillon, a former vice chairwoman of the California Republican Party, who took to social media to share some of the images of the gathering. As you can see here, some of the posts from her X account. She posted on X, highlighting the incredible support for Trump, expressing her thrill at seeing tech leaders step up to back the former president. The presence of influential figures like Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss added an extra layer of star power to the event, emphasizing the tech community's keen interest in fostering a favorable regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. As Trump continues to build on his fundraising momentum, his campaign is leveraging high-profile events to gather substantial financial resources to galvanize his base. The support from Silicon Valley's tech and crypto leaders could prove pivotal in shaping Trump's campaign strategies and policy orientations as he eyes a return to the White House, challenging the current administration's fundraising efforts and appealing to a broader electorate. Now, the implications of Trump's Silicon Valley breakthrough are far-reaching, signaling a potential shift in the political landscape within the tech community. As the 2024 election cycle continues, the newfound support from industry leaders may well reshape the dynamics of the race, forcing Democrats to reevaluate their strategies in a rapidly evolving climate. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. Trump's stunning $12 million fundraising triumph in the heart of deep blue Silicon Valley is a testament to his unwavering appeal and the shifting political tides in America. For a Republican to garner such overwhelming support in a staunchly liberal bastion is not just remarkable, it's unprecedented. This success story underscores the growing discontent with the current administration and the hunger for change that transcends traditional political boundaries. Trump's Silicon Valley breakthrough is a resounding wake-up call for the Democrats and a powerful indicator of the evolving landscape as we approach the 2024 election. The implications of this event will undoubtedly reverberate through the nation, setting the stage for a truly historic campaign.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.